Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. I am Nicole. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love, your support, likes, comments, shares, being present, being here, being mindful, doing the work, healing yourself, loving yourself, continuing on your journey. I'm so grateful for you. My heart is just full of gratitude. Thank you all so much. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. Keep going on this journey. It's paying off. It will pay off. Even if it doesn't seem like it yet, it will. So just keep up the great work. Today's pick a card we're going to get into. What are the assumptions about you? What are some of the lies that are being said about you? The lies that are being told about you, okay? So pile 1, over the BS. And pile 2, a bitch beneath you. Wow, this card makes me laugh every time. Okay, pile 3, F girl vibes. Okay, seems like it's gonna be an interesting reading. Well, we're gonna get into it. So timestamps are linked below. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is linked below. So why stay of Mercury retrograde. Thank you. Okay, I will see you in your reading. Thank you all so much. So much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. My name is Nicole. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. I'm so grateful that you were here. If you chose this card, this is your reading. Let's get ready to get into it. What are the lies and or assumptions being said about you? Okay, so trigger warning. Some things could come out that are triggering that people are saying. So just, it doesn't mean it's the truth, but just trigger warning. Okay, you know your truth. This is why you have to know yourself. This is for you to know what's being said so you can know, how to move on your journey and how to act accordingly. Some of these things you may already know, but let's just see what comes out. So lies and or assumptions for pile 1. So something here about you could be impatient. People have this, they feel like you can get very impatient, or you could just be over it really quickly, or you could be stubborn about things, and like if you don't get it your way, you just feel like you're over it, or you just want to pick up and move on. I'm hearing like basically like you can be impatient in situations. I don't know, something about like if something doesn't go your way, you just want to abandon it, or you just quickly just feel like you're over it, or you just like let it go and like you don't want to be bothered. It's an energy here of like you, again, not saying that this is true, but this is what people are saying, that like you cut things off quickly, or you can just be over something really quickly, or you can just cut a person off, move on quickly, like you don't care, you get over things quickly, or an impatient energy or a stubborn energy. But let's get some more. I feel like people also talk about like, people may say you have like a resting bitch face, or like you look mean, or you look stuck up. People, because by this image, people may think that you are stuck up, or you have stuck up ways about you, or you could seem unapproachable, or you could seem cold or detached. Okay, people talk about how you could be one way and then you could be very detached, very unbothered, very cold, very just like you're just over it, like you don't care. Okay, like you can have air about you, like you don't care. Sometimes people like the way you look, or people feel like you may be really into your looks, or like you could be, sometimes you have moments of like feeling arrogant or super into yourself, or feeling moments of vanity. Okay, this is what people I think are assuming. That you could just be very into your looks and very into like the way you look, and like you put your own beauty and your looks on a pedestal. Um, Sometimes people feel like you're just difficult to approach. Like they feel like it's difficult to approach you, it's difficult to talk to you, or they perceive you as the person that will reject them, or perceive you as a person that would not want to have a conversation with them, or just be rude to them. Okay, so sometimes people assume, or it's a narrative out there that you could be rude, or you have a rude way about you, or you look rude, you look stuck up, you look like you don't want to be bothered with people. Okay, what else are they saying? Pile 1, what are the lies and or assumptions about pile 1? It's definitely something here with your looks. People assume things by your looks. They assume, okay, so we have here the world. People are saying that you're in, like, basically, like, let's just say it's their world and we live in it. It's kind of like that. Like, people are basically like, how one thinks it's their world and everybody else just lives in it. Like, it's all about them. It's all about what they want. For some of you, people are saying that you're selfish, or you can have selfish ways about you, or you can be selfish. For some of you, I think it's like you may keep to yourself, and people automatically assume that because you keep to yourself, that like you don't like hanging out with people, or people you don't feel like people are good enough to hang out with, or you maybe kind of be just like on your own page, or like you don't have a lot of friends, or you just do your own thing, and people just kind of assume that like they don't assume you're an introvert, they just assume that like you think you're better, or you just don't want to be around a lot of people, or you don't like to be around a lot of people. You like to be in your own world, your own bubble. For some of you, I'm hearing like you're in your own bubble, you're in your own world, you're on your own path. Again, it's something about your looks. People assume things about you because of the way, like for some of you, I'm getting with your looks here, people assume that you obsessed with like luxury, or obsessed with material things, or for some of you with all this gold, they may be saying that you are a gold digger, or they wonder, are you a gold digger? Like, are you about it for the money, or are you about things for the right reasons? Like, do you get with people because of money or status or fame and things like that? Or would you be with someone genuinely for who they really are? Or are you about money, status, in for the take, okay? With this high priestess here, people are, some of the lies or assumptions, I'm getting a couple of different things. Like, some people are saying that like you don't know everything, or you think you know everything and you don't know everything. Some people are also saying, some people are talking about how like how you do know a lot of things, or you're gifted and you're very intuitive, and like some people want you to be wrong. This is what I'm hearing. Like, people feel like you're always right, or you think you're always right. For some of you, people feel like you have a know-it-all attitude, okay? They feel like, you think you know everything, or you think you're always right, or you think you're always like, what people are thinking, what people are saying, something like that. Like, some of you, people just see you as being very intuitive, or they think that you think you're very intuitive, but you're not as intuitive as you say you are, or they're just skeptical of what you really say, or the things that you're talking about. So people are talking about that, and they're saying for some of you, people want you to be wrong, but then you're always right. So some people are like, oh, Power One thinks they're always right, and you actually are usually typically right, but people want you to be wrong, okay? For some of you, people are talking about like, I'm getting two different things, and it just could be just from different groups of people, but I'm getting that some people talk about how strong you are, and how like you have a lot of strength, or you have like a lot of self-control. Again, something here about your physical looks as well, like you have a fierce look about you, or you just seem unapproachable. You seem like you're not really down to earth, or you seem like you're like above everyone else, okay? And for some of you, people are saying that like you just have this way about you where people feel like they don't want to be on your bad side, or they don't want to cross you. They don't, like, you scare some people. It's like a fierceness here. You kind of like, people see you as someone who, it's like you're protected, or you keep, like, you keep yourself protected, or you know how to handle yourself, you know how to, like, you know protect yourself, okay? And so people, they're kind of saying, like, the word is like, you don't want to mess with Power One. You don't want to see Power One's other side, or you don't want to see the bad side, or you don't want to go there. I'm hearing like you don't want to, like, and I just saw 1111. Like, people feel like, whether this is true or not, this is what people are saying, and like they assume they don't want to cross you. They assume you're the one, not the one to be played with. They assume that, they just don't want to see that other side of you. They just feel like, you have another side to you that they just don't want to see, and they don't want you to show that side, okay? So some people are talking about how you can have like a temper, or again, something like with your level of strength, like they don't want to see you in a fight, or they just don't want that. They don't want to see that other side, okay? Some of you, they feel like you have a very fiery temper. They're talking about, like, you seem like you have a dark side or a fiery side, or you can get really turned up. It's something like that that people are saying, okay? Let's find out Power One, okay? Power One, what are the lies and or assumptions about Power One? Okay, for some of you, people are talking about your love life. People are assuming that, whether this is true, because some of you could be like in a, relationship, and people see that you're in a relationship. So I'm getting two different things. Like, if you're single, I'm getting that people are making assumptions about your love life. Like, they feel like you may be actually seeing someone, but it's in private, or they're just making assumptions. Like, they think that you're single, or you show that you're single, but they actually think you're in a relationship. Okay, this is for the people that are single, or they're kind of like, for some of you, you have people saying that they date you, or lying about dating you, or lying about, like, being with you, or being in a relationship. Like, let's just say, you have a situationship with someone. It's kind of like you and this person, you get together, but it wasn't a relationship, or it didn't get, like, to that point, or something like that. You have people saying that, like, they were in a full-blown relationship with you, or, they're saying, like, all these things happened, and, like, some of the things didn't actually happen. They're kind of, like, stretching it. Like, they may have had some bedroom time with you a few times, and they're making it out to be like this was a big relationship. So it's kind of like that energy. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, if people know you're in a relationship, they're making assumptions like, are you going to get married? Or are you going to move in with this person? Or if you're living with this person, they want to know, like, are you and your person getting a bigger home? Or what are you and your person doing? Are you and your person having issues? Or are things as great as it appears to be? Because some of you, I'm getting that, like, you show your relationship and people see you in a relationship and stuff like that, and they feel like, is it really as great as you are showing it to be? With this seduction, I'm feeling, for some of you, what's being said is, like, if you are single, people are talking about, or they're like, people are making assumptions about how seductive you are. Again, like your physical appearance. So some of you, you're very good looking, you're very attractive. And so people are assuming that, like, you're really good in the bedroom. Or people are talking about, they're lying. I'm not getting lying. I'm getting, like, they assume because you look really good, they assume you're really good in the bedroom, or they assume that you will really be good at things. A lot of this is in the bedroom, okay? I have to be honest. So they're making a lot of assumptions because of, like, they feel like you're seductive, or they feel like you look really good. For some of you, you could have an ex that's lying about things that happen with you and them in the bedroom. Like, they may be saying, like, oh, like, people may because again, you're very good looking. So people may be saying like, oh, I know, that person was so good in bed. They may be saying, no, they're not as good as they, you would think that they are. They don't do this, they don't do that, when that's not true. Okay, that's what I'm getting for some of you. Like, for some of you, you have an ex that's telling people that, like, you're not that good in bed, or you wouldn't do this and you wouldn't do that. Like, they're lying about that, and that's not true. Okay, so that may not be for all, but this is for some of you. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, they're kind of like talking about you and your person, like you and your person's bedroom time. Like, is it that good? What do they do? Like, for some of you, you have people saying that like your person's cheating on you, or they think your person is cheating on you, or like they're assuming that your person is cheating on you. Like, they're saying that like, oh, how one is good looking, but they always get cheated on, or their person is cheating on them and they don't even know it. Okay. We also have here inner child wounds. So people are talking about, if you have a child, people could be talking about your child, like, your style of parenting, or, they could be assuming like they want to know what kind of parent you are. Are you in your child's life, or are you around your child? Like, how often are you with your child or children? They're kind of making assumptions like that. Like, you know, sorry, it's distracting. They don't know, like they're making assumptions about like how often you see your children, or how often you spend time with your children. They want to know like what kind of parent you are. Okay, for some of you, they're also assuming that like you've had a rough childhood, or you've been through a lot of different situations, or they could be lying about that. Like, people that knew you from your childhood, they could be telling stories that aren't really true. Okay, like, making stories up about like when they knew you, you were like this and this happened and that happened. I'm getting that for some of you. Like, people from your childhood that knew you years ago, they're sharing childhood stories that are not true about you. Okay, they're making things up and they're adding their own whatever. We also have missing messages. So the people from your past, okay, these are people from your past. They love to talk about you. Okay, they, especially past lovers. Okay, I'm hearing for many of you, you have past lovers that really can't get over you. Past lovers that still think about you, talk about you. I'm hearing for some of you, your past lovers, like, when your name comes up, they get excited so they can talk about you, whether they're talking shit or whether they're saying nice things. Because I'm getting both. For some of you, like, I'm getting that like you have a past lover that says nice things about you, but then can trash you as well. Like, they could be on both sides. It depends on the mood that they're in, I'm hearing. Okay, they could be very nice and kind, and then one minute they're trashing you and upset in their feelings about you. For some of you, like, you have ex-partner, ex-lover that drinks, or they get high, they smoke, or they drink, whatever it is, they get in their feelings about you and they can't stop talking about you. And they can't stop saying all these different things about you and them and the relationship. And they say a lot of different things about you. And apparently, like, from what I'm hearing, the people around them just eat it up, and they just want to hear more and more and more. Okay, so it's like this person, they just love, like, not even just this person, your past lovers, they love to talk about you, and they love to kind of like change the story of the relationship to fit them. I'm not saying that some of the things are not true, but it's definitely like they make it to be more favorable for them. They make themselves look better. Okay, so let's get your healing messages out. What do you need to know for your healing? How one. I don't know why I was about to say how two. I don't know. Maybe some of you, I don't know, maybe that may resonate. Okay, so peaceful self-regulation. So right now, this is a time to remain centered, grounded, focused in the present, focus on your peace, focus on your sense of balance and harmony, okay? This also could be a very creative time for you, a time to collaborate, creativity and collaboration. This is what I'm hearing. But you just want to remain Focus on the present. Focus on your balance, your harmony, being grounded, being rooted, okay? Not, letting people or energies or situations take you off your path, okay? We also have here ancient wisdom. So right now, more of your ancient wisdom is being activated. And we have your miracles. So you can expect miracles to come through, okay? You have miracles coming through. For some of you, if you have blockages in your throat chakra, you have healing coming to that. Because I feel blockages, or my throat feels really dry. So if you've been having blockages here within your throat chakra, it's getting unblocked, okay? But more things are happening for you. Divine masculine, active, electric, active power. So your masculine energy is being activated, okay? Your masculine energy is being activated right now. You are coming into a very active time. It's getting ready to be very active for you. A lot of, and like I said, it could be something here with your throat chakra. You are getting ready to get a lot of opportunities. You are getting ready to be in a place of taking action, taking risks, trusting in the divine energy of the universe, trusting in the flow, but also taking action. This is a time to take action. This is a time to take risk. This is a time to be grounded. But also this is an electric time for you. A lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities. So if no one told you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you for being here. Please like the video, subscribe, join the capital LOVE tribe, share the video, comment below. Let me know how this resonated. If you don't want to say how this resonated, just drop me a heart. Thank you, and I would appreciate it. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is linked below as well. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time. Hi, PalTube. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. Let's get into it. If you chose this card, pile 2. I don't know why this card makes me laugh. I don't know if this guy's supposed to be a pimp or something. I don't know. But what are the lies and or assumptions about you? For some of you, people may feel like you could be a pimp, or like you have, I don't know, I'm hearing, because I thought of pimp when I saw this. So people may wonder, are you a pimp, or like, do you have the type of control over people? I'm getting that, like, some people assume that you have some control over people, particularly your lovers, I'm hearing, or, the people that you fall in love with, you have this way about you where you're able to, like, control them, or this is what people, again, trigger warning. These are the lies or assumptions, okay? Doesn't mean it's true, but this is what people are thinking and saying, that you have this kind of control over your lovers and your partners. Some of you may have multiple partners, like you may be into the poly lifestyle, okay? So you may have multiple lovers, and people talk about that as well, or people assume you do. People assume that, like, because you may say that, like, you have a husband and a boyfriend, or you have a wife and a girlfriend. You may say things like that, and so people just kind of assume that you see multiple people. You have control over your partners, or you get your partners in check, I'm hearing. For some of you, though, people feel like they assume, or they're speaking on, saying lies about, like, you dating people beneath you, like you date people beneath you, beneath your status, or what people would perceive to be your standard. People think that, they kind of feel like because they know you or they see you, they assume that you have a certain standard for the partners that you want to date, or the people that you want to date. And they feel like you date beneath the standard that they have in their mind. They have some type of, like, who they feel your type is, or who they feel that you're into, or what they think you would like. And when they see the actual person, it doesn't match up, to whatever it is. Or maybe they've seen some of your partners in the past and they feel like you go up or down with the type of people that you date. I'm hearing down though, okay? Or maybe this new person is a downgrade from your past person, okay? But it's something here. There's something here about control, okay? They assume that you're extremely controlling, or that you just I'm hearing that you put your partners on lock, or you have your partners on lock, or like, they don't want me to say this, I don't know. My throat chakra is locking up in power 1 too, but I don't know, like you control people with money, or you know how to control people with money, or you know how to be manipulative. Yeah, for some of you, they're saying that like you manipulate through money or sex, or manipulate for money. Sometimes you're talking about you date beneath you for your own personal gain. Like it could be because of money, or it could be because of, yes, you like to control. Like it's stuff like that that people are assuming or lying about. Okay, what else? What are the assumptions and or lies about how to? Okay. Because they don't want me talking about this. These people, they don't want this out. Okay, so people assume that I'm getting that it's something about your partnerships. For some of you, people are assuming or lying or saying that you're difficult in marriage, or you were difficult in a marriage, or it's something about your relationships. Like they're talking about that, like you're controlling, or you're difficult to get along with, or you're not as nice as people think you are, or people think that they know you, but you could be hell on wheels. Okay. If you were, in a long-term relationship or married and you're single now, people are saying it could be people that knew you when you were married, or connected to that. They're saying that the person that you're dating is beneath your past partner. They may be telling you to your face like, oh, such and such is a good catch, or such and such is this and that. They're saying this to your face, but behind closed doors, they're like, you downgraded, you went down. This is you're dating beneath who you were dating in the past. Okay, for some of you, people are assuming that you could just be difficult, or you can be controlling or stubborn, or you could just be very much stuck in your own ways. It's hard to get you to move on things. It's hard to change your mind. You could be very rigid in the way that you do things. I'm also hearing that, like, again, like you keep people in check, or people assume that you keep people in check. People assume that you could be, excuse me. People assume that you could be harsh with your words, maybe even verbally abusive. But this is what, again, not saying that this is true, but this is what the assumptions are. That you may be verbally abusive, or your words could be very cutting, cutthroat, hurtful. You can be very hurtful with the things that you say, or like you were hurtful toward your partner or your past partner. People are also assuming, excuse me, people are assuming that when it comes to you and your love life, that either like you don't know what you want, or you want it all, or you have like unrealistic expectations about what you would like in a partnership. Okay, because these two came out together. So for me, because we're talking about assumptions and lies here, people also assume that you could be like a fool for love, or you lose it all when you fall in love, or you lose a sense of focus, or you kind of lose parts of yourself when you fall in love. Some people are saying that you don't know what you want, or you want it all, or you could be greedy, or you, again, there's something about manipulation here. Maybe when you do have some type of relationship or something, like you're not always satisfied, or you want more, or you want more out of the situation, something like that. Like it's something that's like people are talking about, like unrealistic expectations or unrealistic things that you want out of life or relationships or out of a partner, or even like it may be unrealistic for you to have, like, you know, 3 different partners, like especially if you're into the poly life. Like people are saying, like, how do you have 3 different partners, or how do you have, you know, all of that going on in your love life, or like they're assuming what's going on in your love life because you have all of that going on. I'm getting like people are saying something about like you're never satisfied, or you just always want more, or something like that. Okay, you just always, it's never enough for you. You need more. You always want more. Okay, then we had the moon here in reverse. So I'm getting with this. People are talking about your mental health. People are saying like people are talking about like you could be unstable, or I'm getting a few different things. Okay, so take what resonates. I'm getting that people are saying that you want people to think that you're unstable or crazy, but you're not. Some people are saying that like you deal with depression, but you try to act like you don't get depressed, or you have bouts of like depression or anxiety, but you avoid it, or you are in denial about it, like you're delusional about like you being depressed or you having anxiety. Okay, it's like people are like, they can obviously see it, but they feel like you're in denial about it. Okay, or people assume that you know you're in denial. They assume that you don't recognize. Maybe you do know and you just don't share it, but people feel like that you are in denial, like you're delusional about like your anxiety or depression that you may go through. People are also just talking about your, like, keep talking about like you being stubborn and you wanting it your way and you not being flexible, but then you just always, nothing's ever good enough for you, or you're never satisfied, or you always want more. You're always searching for more. It's difficult to please you. It's difficult to, so, okay, what I'm getting is like people, they don't like to talk about you, or people have to like they have to walk on eggshells around you. It's something here about they feel like that you know when they're talking about you, or you know the things that they're saying, or they have to be careful with their words around you. This is like what people are assuming or they're talking about. Like, sorry to keep doing that, but yeah, like they feel like they don't want you to hear what they have to say, or you're difficult to talk to. It's like they don't know how you will react to certain things. Like you may blow up, or they're afraid of how you will react at certain things. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Pile 2. What are the lies and or assumptions about pile 2? People, okay, people are making lies and assumptions about your partner. Okay, whether this says karmic partner, but anyway, your partner, they're saying things like for some of you, like I said, they're saying things about like what this person does for a living, or how much money that they make, or they're like they don't make that much, or they don't do that well for a living, or something like that. Or they're assuming that this person doesn't do that well. Or they're assuming that this person doesn't make as much money, or it's something with the money in this person. Okay, maybe this person doesn't have a lot of money, or they're assuming that they don't have a lot of money, or people are lying about like things about this person. If you're in a relationship or you have a person, a situationship or whatever, people are lying and making assumptions about this person. It's something about, for some of you, they could be talking about like the way that they look, but I don't feel like it's in a bad way, but it's kind of like, it's not in a bad way. I'm not getting that they feel like this person looks bad, but it's like they're talking about their looks, where they're talking about what they do for a living or their looks or something like that, or they're assuming. Like, I feel like they like to look at your person. I'm actually getting that with like her facial features here. Like, I feel like they feel like your person looks good, or they like to look at your person, or they feel like your person is good looking, your person is attractive, or they like, for some of you, you have people around you that like to look at your person. Like, I mean, you know, what I mean, like, look at your person, like they have their eye on your person. Like, it's not a situation where it's like they're just, this is for some of you, this is not for all, but for some of you, I'm getting that like, these could be your close friends. And if it's not, if you don't have someone right now, this is your ex, okay? But it could, for some of you, it could be both. They're looking at your ex and your current person, okay? That's for some. But for some of you, it's like they're looking at your person like, you know, I don't know. For some of you, you have some people around you that would talk shit about you to your person. This is just a FYI. Like, if you get up and, you know, you go to the bathroom or something, or the restroom, and it's just like them and your person, they'll start talking shit about you to like get your person to warm up to them. This is for some of you. For some of you, they're like, yeah, my mouth wants to water now. Now my mouth is, before my mouth was dry as hell. It was locking up. It was dry. I could barely talk. Now that I'm talking about your person or your ex, now my mouth wants to water. Now my mouth's getting, you know, anyway, okay. Yeah, you have people, that's for someone. You have people looking at your person, people close to you, okay? These are people like that you're cool with, that are close to you, okay? What are the lies or assumptions about how to? Okay, no, this is too many. So, okay, for some of you, they're talking about your dating life. Again, it's going back to that. So, like I said, it's either your current person or your ex-person, okay? Or maybe both. For some of you, it could be both, okay? I'm hearing something about your ex is looking good now. For some of you, they're saying your ex is looking good without you, or your ex is, you know, thriving without you, or your ex is, you know, looking good, and even though they're not with you anymore, your ex looks really good, and like they're checking your ex out, okay? And for some of you, again, they're checking your new person out. They're into your new person as well, okay? But they're talking about your dating life. Like, some of you, people are assuming that even though you have someone that you're still dating, that you're keeping your options open, that you, I'm hearing that you have a difficult time being faithful. You, again, it's like people are just saying that you're never satisfied. But like, even if you have someone, you're still going to continue to date. You're still going to talk to people on social media. You're still going to keep your options open. You know, you're the type of person, you don't really settle down. Even if you say you're settled down, that's not really true. Or people assume. Like, I'm hearing playboy, playgirl. I'm hearing never settled, never, you know, always wanting the next thing, always wanting more. People talk about how for some of you, they're saying that you are commitment material, but for some of you, they're saying that you're commitment material with strings attached, okay? I have to be honest. They're assuming that you're the type you want an open relationship, or, you know, you want to do your thing, you want to have your own thing going, even if it's private. You want to have the options to see other people or talk to other people. You have a difficult time being with just one person, okay? For some of you, they're saying that you should be into the poly lifestyle. Like, you should be polyamorous, because that would be a better fit for you, because you really cannot just be with one person. Or this is what people are assuming. For some of you, people are assuming that, like, you don't settle. Like, if you're in a connection, you, again, it's this thing of like wanting more and needing more. So it's like, even if you have the best person in the world, you're still going to want other partners. Like, I'm hearing people saying, oh, you know, Pal 2 has a great person, they're getting married, and people laughing like, no way, Pal 2 will never be faithful. So it's like people are just saying that like Pal 2 will always, you know, want more, want to be, but, you know, have their options open, want to explore new opportunities. They always want to leave the door open. I'm hearing that people say like, you know, they can go back to Pal 2 at any time, or Pal 2 is always open for a good time. But this is what people are assuming, okay? Okay, Pal 2, let's get your healing messages out, okay? Pal 2. Wow. Okay, right now, this is the time for you to be fearless, okay? Obstacles are being removed. You are removing them, and your spiritual team is supporting you in removing obstacles that are in your way right now. But it requires you to be bold. You know, I'm hearing, we will help you, but you have to make the first step. So your team is saying, be bold, be fearless, be brave, okay? They're going to assist you all that they can, but they need you to be bold, they need you to be brave, and they need you to trust, jump off the cliff, you know, take a risk, you know, just go for it, just do it, okay? Sacred action. So some of you are being called to take some type of action, okay? That's going to be different for everyone, but I'm hearing whatever's coming to your mind right now, this is what you're being called to take action on, and this is going to require you to be focused, for you to be completely focused on the goal, completely focused on what it is that you want, being positive about this outcome, being positive about when you take this leap forward, when you take your next step, when you take this action. This is going to be, for some of you, it's going to bring good fortune, okay? Because 17 reduces down to the number 8, and 8 can be a very like good luck, good fortune type number, okay? So yeah, let's stay focused and take action, and then becoming something new. So something new here is birthing, something new here is happening. But again, it's going to like you have support, you have help, but you have to make the first step. You have to take the leap when you're told to do so. You have to put things into action. It can only go so far as to how, like, this new beginning can only happen if you are a part of it. Like, you have to put the energy and effort into it. It can't just be support from the other side. It's both. Is you working toward it, taking action, doing what you're supposed to do, and then that support coming in. But something new is happening. It's grounding for you. It's going to be exciting. It's going to come through really quickly. For some of you, you are going to be called to take some steps toward taking action towards some things in a very quick way. It's going to be really quick, and you're going to have to think on your feet and just go for it and just trust. Just trust this new path and plan. So if no one told you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like the video. Please share the video. Subscribe. Join the Capital LOVE tribe. Comment below. Let me know how this resonated. If you don't want to say how this resonated, just drop a heart and I would surely appreciate it. Thank you again. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is below in the description box. I love you. I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. Welcome back to the Capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I'm so grateful that you are here. My name is Nicole. Let's get into it. Okay, you chose this card. Okay, Pal 3, let's tap in. What are the lies or assumptions about you, Pal 3? So part of it right here with this, people assume that you're an F-boy, F-girl, okay? People assume that you're only here for a good time, you're only here for a short time, you're only here to just, you know, F off and roll out. Just heard my phone, this confirmation. You're in the business of, you know, just coming in, getting what's yours, you know, getting what you want in the bedroom, and then you just move on, okay? I'm hearing that you have a reputation of this. I'm hearing that like people are saying that like they know that they know this about you, or you make it clear that this is the type of time that you're on, or you make it clear that this is all you want. And, you know, people are saying that they respect it, but people are also kind of like even if you're honest, I'm not saying that this is who you are. Trigger warning. This is how people perceive, and this is what they assume, or this is like the lies that they're saying. It doesn't mean it's true, but trigger warning. People are just like, you know, they just feel like this is what you're about, okay? And for some of you, you're honest about this, and for some of you, you're not really honest about it, or you're not straightforward. And you know, people, like if you've done this like one or two people, it's kind of like those people have taken this and run with it, and they've started telling people about this, and it kind of spread pretty quickly. And so in your community or whatever the situation is, and a lot of people talk about this, they talk about how, like, you know, you're just there for the night, or you know, that's your thing, you ghost. Or for some of you, like, people assume you're like very mysterious, or they assume that like something about you're like passionate in the bedroom, or they assume that it'll be a good time in the bedroom with you. I don't know, for some of you, I'm hearing that like, I don't know, some of you may have sunglasses on when you're in a bedroom with someone. Like you keep on shades or something. Because she has sunglasses on. So some of you may keep your sunglasses on or something. I don't know. People are talking about that. I don't know. For some of you, it's like you had a couple of people that were with you, and it's like they've gone and they've shared with other people how it was, and like what happened, or like how you are. And it just kind of spread. Like I'm just getting like a lot of people know these stories from one or two people. And it's just like a lot of people are talked about it, because this information seems like it's spread. Like maybe someone put this on the internet, or I don't know, I'm hearing group chat. But it's like this stuff has spread. And of course, it's like within and happening with people spreading it, the story continues to change. And like that's like all these details have been changed, have been, you know, like it's not exactly what really happened. But since the story has been passed on so many different ways, people have changed it, and it's completely different from what really happened. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. Pile 3. What are the lies and or assumptions about Pile 3? So people are assuming that like you have this really wild dark side. Like you can get really dark or wild, or you know, you can be really mysterious, or people assume that you're very mysterious. People assume you're very private. People assume that you have a certain type of lover. You have a certain type that you're interested in, for, you know, a certain preference for the bedroom. People assume like you have a certain type. Okay, so it's like they assume that you go for a certain look in a partner. That's for many of you. Many people assume the type of partner that you like, assume the type of like aesthetic, the look. Like I'm hearing Pile 3 has a type. And if you don't fit into Pile 3's type, then you won't even be chosen, looked at, or whatever. Some of you could be on a public platform, and it's like people know you, and people are talking about like your type. People are talking about like, you know, you like us, like you like what you like. Like you like what you like, and people see that, okay? And it's like people are talking about like, why does Pile 3 like a certain type of person? Like what happened to them to make them only like this type of person, because for some of you, you're very specific with your type. Like, even though you may say you like all types, people assume that you have a very specific type. And it's like, this is the only kind of type that like you get excited about, that you really like are into. You know, you may sleep with different types of people, but it's one type that you really get excited about. So people are talking about that. People are assuming that, you know, that you're just on your own path, or they're talking about, like, for some of you, it's like they talk about like the path that you choose to travel. Like, there's a saying that, like, for some of you, you take the path that's the hardest, or you take the path with the most resistance, and you have to always make it hard for yourself, and you always have to do it your way, and it has to be done in a certain way, and it has to be done the way you envision it. For some of you, people are assuming that you're very stubborn, and you could be very, I'm hearing that you could be very open and very imaginative and different, but you could be very stubborn and fixed in some ways on like your vision and how it has to be done this way, or the way you see it, it needs to come out the way you envision it. Okay, so people are talking about that, and they're saying, and it kind of goes back, like, it's almost like your type in a partner. That kind of attitude is like the way you see a lot of things in your life, or something like that. Like, the way you have a vision for a certain specific type of partner, or this is what they assume, the way you have a vision for a certain specific partner is kind of like that for different parts of your life. Like, the plan needs to go this way, or you envision it this way, and it has to be like this. Like, this is what people are talking about. With this high priestess here, people assume that you have a lot of secrets. Like, people assume that you are holding back on a lot of different things, or you have like a lot of things hidden. Like I said, with these sunglasses and stuff here, people feel like you have a lot that you are holding back, or that you don't share, or that you stay guarded about, a lot that you hold in, a lot that you don't really want people to know. People feel like, for some of you, people feel like they don't really know, they don't know the real you, or they kind of assume. Like, for some of you, I'm hearing like people even assume things about, like, let's just say, like, they look at a certain person, because I don't know, like, sex seems to be really prominent here. It keeps going back to that. So, like, let's just say it's a certain person that they see. They're automatically going to assume that you've been with this person. Like, if this person fits into your type or whatever, people automatically assume when they, like, if they look at a certain person, somebody will say, oh, I bet Pal 3 has slept with them. Like, these are the kind of things that people are talking about. People feel like you have a lot of secrets, a lot of things that you hide, a lot of things that you hide about your personal life. They feel like you are just very secretive. And for some of you, people feel like they can't really trust you, or they can't fully trust you, because they just don't. It's like, for some of you, they're saying things like, you know, how can you really trust them when they don't share a whole lot of things about themselves, or they don't tell you this, or they don't confirm that, or they don't really let you know what's really going on. So they feel like they can't fully trust you, because they feel like you're just hiding a lot of different things, and you keep yourself very guarded, very protective, very, you know, away from things. We have Princess of Cups here. So people, like, I'm getting a lot around your love life, okay? I'm getting, like, these could be past former lovers, but I'm just getting the, like, people assume that, like, it's like you fall in love quick and you fall out of love quick. Like, I'm hearing, like, Pal 3 will lift you up and make you feel like you're so this and you're so that, and they're so in love with you, and, like, you get bored easily, or you lose focus easily, or, like, I'm hearing, like, you know, you'll put this, like, you make this person feel like they're on top of the world. You make this person feel like they're so attractive, and, you know, that, like, you're so into them, or you're into spending time with them, and, like, you know, like, this person is the best thing that ever happened to you, I'm hearing. And then, like, the next week you ghost, or you just fall off, or you lose interest, or you fall out of love quickly. Like you'll fall in love quick and then you fall out of love. I'm hearing you get bored easily. This is what people are assuming, or this is what people are lying or saying. Like, you know, they feel like it's hard to hold your attention. Like I'm hearing like pile 3 is difficult to hold their attention. It's difficult for them to remain into someone. Like they lose their, yeah, and I just heard all that noise. Like I'm hearing people say like you lose interest quickly, you get bored quickly, you know, you'll fall in love, like love at first sight, love at the looks. And then after you get to know the person, you don't care anymore. So I'm just getting this energy of like people feel like it's difficult to, they don't know how to navigate that with you, because they just feel like, for some of you, people just feel like they don't want to like, they don't want you to fall out of love with them. So they kind of get nervous about how to act around you, because for some of you, you have a reputation, and it's kind of like people hear from other people how you are with, you know, certain people in the past. And so they assume you are going to continue to be like that. They assume that like they will only have like a week with you or a month with you, or like, you know, because they look good, that pulls you in, and then after a week you're bored and you're ready to move on. So like they automatically assume that like they're not gonna have that much, you know, that much with you. You know, that's kind of like what they assume. Okay, let's get some more. What are the lies and or assumptions for pile 3? I feel like a lot of these people, they get so like nervous around you, and like they don't want to ruin their shot with you. And so, and this is also what people are telling other people. So like if you fall in love quick and fall out of love quick, this is what they're saying. This is what they're talking about with other people. Yeah. Okay. So some people are talking about like, when they're assuming that like you smoke a lot, or you drink too much, or you have codependency issues, like you work too much, or you eat too much, or people please too much. People are talking about this. People are saying that like, you know, it's unattractive, it's not cute. They're saying that like you don't see yourself, or these people really don't want me to talk. My mouth is getting so dry, like my throat chakra. People are saying that, excuse me, that like, and these are some people, some of these people are people that are close in. Like they're like, oh, you know, you get distracted too easily, or some of you are addicted to sex. They're talking about that too, like you lose your mind over sex. I'm hearing like you get, you know, dematized, you know, pematized, like you just lose it. You know, you can't stay focused over chasing that or wanting to have that. For some of you, they're saying that like, again, like you smoke too much or you drink too much, and you know, you just can't stay focused on the goal, or you can't, you know, keep your eye on the prize. You're getting too lost in the sauce. Okay. For some of you, people are talking about like you could be going through a midlife crisis, or you're going through something in your life. Okay. They see you as someone who, like, they're assuming that you're having like this time in your life where you're just going through something right now. Like, some of you may be going through like a breakup, or you're healing, or you're just in a dark night of the soul. It doesn't have to be, but people are seeing you as going through something, because we have here spiritual awakening. So people see you as changing. They're talking about like, you know, they're talking about the reasons for why you may be changing. They're talking about like what's going on with you. Why are you changing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Like, is this really you, or is this something like a fad for you, or is this something that you're really sticking to? For some of you, they're saying that like you may be doing this for like attention, or you're doing this because you really want people to pay more attention to you. It's something like that, like you're not really taking the time to get the help that you need or heal yourself or, transform and grow and awaken, that this is something that you're doing for attention or to, for validation or to get something about attention here. Okay, this is what people are saying. But people, again, they're talking about you going through a different time in your life, like you're in a different place. For some of you, maybe you did have some addictions in the past, and so people see you as trying to, or they're assuming that you're doing better, or you're trying to heal, or you're trying to like cope with your demons or cope with the issues that you've been going through, and they see you dealing with that. So for some of you, people see you as you're trying to, you are with a soulmate, you're in a relationship with a soulmate, or they see you as changing from your past ways. Like some of you, what I was saying, like the people who are saying you fall in love easy, you fall out of love quickly, they see you as trying to grow or mature, or like you want something more serious, or you want something true. I'm hearing like you want true love, or you want something solid, a real relationship. For some of you, they're saying like they see you in a real relationship and they're questioning, is this real? Or like, they're questioning how valid your relationship is. Like if you and your person are posting pictures, they're assuming that like it looks good, but is it really good? Like, is it really as good as it looks? Like, are you and your person really that happy? Have you really found your soulmate? Have you really found the person that I'm hearing made you change your ways? Because for some of you, again, this was your reputation. Your reputation was this or whatever. Your reputation was this, okay? Hit it, quit it, move on. And now you've moved into this, or you're moving into wanting something solid with someone, a serious connection, a soulmate connection, a partnership, or you're in a partnership. So people are assuming that like some of you are doing this for attention, some of you are doing this because I'm hearing you're lonely, or they feel like you're lonely, or they feel like, you don't want to be alone anymore, or they feel like you're coming to this place in your life where you want to get serious and settle down. And so they're like, is this really true? Is this serious? Or are they going to go back to this? Some people are saying they see you going back to this, like they don't see this lasting. They don't see you being satisfied with just one person, or they don't see you being satisfied in a life with just you and your person. They don't see it. Like people are talking about this, like they feel like that you're lying to yourself and you're going to be lying to your person, or they're really questioning, like they're assuming that you and your person may not make it, or that, it's only a matter of time before you're cheating on your person, or you want a different situation. Okay, let's get your healing messages out for pile 3. What do you need to know, pile 3? Okay, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. So right now, you're stepping more into your purpose, and your ancestors are helping you with this. They're helping you to step more into your purpose. They're helping you to get aligned with your path, to get aligned and grounded and rooted in your purpose, in your path, in your mission, so you don't waver off of that path. Some of you could be a life path 4, 3, 9, or 7. Okay, and if you don't know your life path number, look that up. You can Google life path number, and you search it and you put your information in, and they'll tell you your life path number. But research that, because you're really aligning with who you really are, your destined path, the destined plan, the mission. Okay, what you're here to do. Okay, so your ancestors are helping you. Top 3. Yeah, building your world. Okay. Creation, expansion, networking. Right now is the time for networking, creating, expanding. You're building. Many of you are laying the foundation. You're building upon what you've been building, this foundation that you have. Some of you are building with a partner. You're building on the future. And right now, this is the focus, and it's about expansion. 3 seems to be prominent here. That's about creativity, receptivity, and also, again, expansion right now, collaboration. There's a lot happening. Get into it, because this is a part of your plan. This is a part of your mission. And then we have here effort plus intention. So this is about taking action, but also having that intention, having your goals, having your intention, having that determination, the ambition, but action. Taking action when you are told to do so, because you are achieving right now. Yeah, 3 and 4 is prominent here. So you are bringing in that harmony, that balance, but getting grounded and rooted as well. And also effort plus intention, taking action, having that intention, having your goals, but taking the action. Action is important. Balancing out your masculine and feminine energy and letting it go. Letting go of the outcome, not having any expectations, just flowing with the energy. So I really hope that helps part 3. If no one told you that they love you today, I love you. Thank you for being here. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe, join the capital LOVE tribe. Comment below, let me know how this resonated. If you don't want to say how this resonated, just drop me a heart and I would appreciate it. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that information is below. I love you. Thank you. I'll see you next time.